Welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you've landed on the mothership. You've landed on Planet Experience. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be discussing all things WWE and WrestleMania. This is the kickoff to WrestleMania weekend, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Wrestling Experience.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, the Wrestling Experience, with your host, Earl Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also through AEW. You are now watching The Experience, the Wrestling Experience. Now with your host, Earl Cole.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Thursday edition of the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, don't get it named with the old name. It is the Wrestling Experience with Earl Cole, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be discussing WWE. WWE WrestleMania is this Saturday and Sunday on Peacock and of course all cable and satellite providers. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, me and my guests we're going to be discussing 13 matches in total here tonight for you on the Wrestling Experience. But I'm not here alone tonight. No, ladies and gentlemen, no, I'm not here alone. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the founding father on the Horn Horse Sports Network. He's got MK in headlines. He's very talented. He's very passionate. And he's my friend and my eagle. And ladies and gentlemen, fly, eagles fly. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the one and the only Mr. Mitch Kosky.
Hey, thank you for having me on again, Earl. I just love talking wrestling with you, and especially it's WrestleMania weekend. And guys, there's stuff in the works for the Hardcore Sports Network and the IWC. We are coming, baby. The Hardcore Sports is ready to take over the IWC. So be on the lookout. We're ready to take over.
And ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my next guest. She has been away from the Wrestling Experience for 2 years. And ladies and gentlemen, she's returning to tonight's show. And I love her to pieces. She is a passionate wrestling fan. She is a loyal wrestling fan. And she's a Drew McIntyre fan to the core. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the one and the only Cherry to the show. Let's add it to the
Hey,
story.
how's it going?
Hey, how's it
Ugh.
going?
It hasn't
Ch-
been 2 years. It's been a few months. It feels like a couple of years.
I mean, if I remember correctly, Cherry, I think the last time you were on my show was a year ago or something. I,
It
I,
was
I,
last year. I want to say maybe 6 months ago or so.
it was 6 months. Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting old in my infinite wisdom. I'm sorry, Cherry. But anyway, anyway, Cherry, welcome back to the Wrestling Experience. How
Thank,
are you?
thank you for having me. I'm doing great. I'm ready for WrestleMania. I'm ready.
Yes. Well, you know something, Cherry. Tonight we're going to be discussing these 13 matches. And let me explain something. Let me explain something to everyone. Some of the build for these WrestleManias hasn't been good. The some of the build for these matches are not good. But what I'm concerned with, and I want you all to give me your opinion on this, is I'm a little nervous about what's going to be produced. Because as you know, we had a fantastic Revolution. Revolution was absolutely flawless. And it was fantastic. Now, what I'm concerned with here, Cherry and Mitch, is what kind of production are we going to get out of this WrestleMania? Are we going to get some clean, crisp matches? Are we going to get some solid wrestling? Are we going to get some decent wrestling? Is the right winners going to come forward? That is something that I'm kind of concerned with. But anyway, let me just go to Cherry first. Cherry, let me ask you a question. What did you make of the overall build for this year's WrestleMania?
It depends on what match you're talking about because it's just been kind of all over the place. Like there, like for Rhea and Charlotte, there was like nothing, and then all of a sudden, oh, they're brawling, and they did that I think last year with Ronda and Charlotte too, because I was actually at that Charlotte show last March, right before WrestleMania, and it was like kind of, and then all of a sudden, like in the show that I was at, they were like brawling all over the place. Some matches you have to build. Obviously the tag team championship match is. Obviously that has been built fantastic. But then you have matches like the championship triple threat that doesn't need a build because it's going to just go out and destroy and kill. But you do have this stuff with Sheamus and Drew going on. But like I said, it just depends on which match you're talking about. As far as production goes, I think like the actual production of the show, the way it looks is going to be absolutely fantastic. And but who should go over? That's subjective to the fan and who, as the person, who's watching. And I guess you have to see what happens with the person who doesn't go over in the coming months to see if it was the right call, at least for them, and if it was the right call, who went over. So it's so hard. It's a hard balance to strike.
Yeah, it is. It is to me. Mitch, what do you think about the overall build for this WrestleMania?
Well, Beyond the Script podcast said it perfectly. Ray and Dom. Just that build up. We thought that the match was going to be announced during the Hall of Fame tomorrow night, which you're going to be live for with Tyler. So I thought they were going to announce it then, but hey, that was just beautiful. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, the Usos, Sami and Kevin Owens. Just that whole storyline was the best storyline throughout the whole entire year. And for me, we're going to talk about that later, about Cody and everything. But yeah, there were some matches I didn't like the Omos and Brock Lesnar. There's that. And some other ones I didn't like.
I don't think it's going to be that bad, but if he gets him up in that F5, that's going to, and if you happen to get, the Hurt Business back together in the process.
Maybe.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I agree with both your assessments. I think I agree with Cherry too, and I agree with you, Cherry. I think that this is all over the place. The build for this match is just all over the place. It's a mess, and it needs a mop. It needs a proverbial mop. It does. It does. It's like a spill on aisle 5, and it's just. Yeah. Yeah. First of all, why is this happening with Omos and Lesnar? Let me just say something here. That is not WrestleMania worthy to me. That is not does not scream WrestleMania to me. It doesn't. We all know Omos is as green as no, never mind.
Don't be stealing my lines. Come on.
Oh wait, that was you?
Yes, that was Jerry. Yes, she did it.
Wow.
She did it, and I copied it. And yes, it is an homage. It is an homage to Cherry because every time I think of Cherry, I think of what she said. Yes, homage. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
I have a hot take. Seth Rollins and Logan Paul will be the best match WrestleMania weekend.
Okay.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Own opinion about what the best match is going to be. So.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is this. We're going to be discussing night number 1 and night number 2 of WrestleMania. Now, I told you if this was a normal WrestleMania and this was happening on a Sunday rather than 2 nights that the WWE has done here, we would have went through 13 matches in one night. But because it's 2 nights, they kind of broken everything up. So what we're going to do is we're going to discuss night number one first. And this is going to kick off WrestleMania. It is the United States Championship, Austin Theory, taking on John Cena. The build for the match is all over the place. I'm gonna say middle of the road here. Okay. I'm not fantastically with the build. Now the match, however, should be good. It should be good. Um, it should have little nuances in the match. I think they both will match well in the ring together. I think the chemistry would be great in the ring together. This is not going to be a squash match. Don't look for that. I know somebody on Twitter was telling me, "Oh, this is going to be a no." It's not going to be a squash.
No.
Not by any stretch of the imagination. This ain't a squash. No. But the match is going to be good. I think the match is going to be good. And who I'm going to predict going to win this match, I'm going to save that because I have two guests that is going to give you and deliver their opinion. So first, I'm going to go with Cherry. Cherry, who do you think is winning this opening contest?
Well, first of all, I definitely agree with you. It's not going to be a squash. I don't think Cena would do that to Theory because I happen to know for a fact, I know someone who is friends with Theory and has worked with Theory on the Indies.
Okay.
That's his hero. Cena is his hero, and he's been talking about wanting a match with Cena since he was like 17 years old. So,
Okay.
But this was hard to predict because I don't know, is Cena going to be around through SummerSlam? Because if he's going to be around through SummerSlam, I could see them giving him the feel-good win at the very beginning, the very first match. But if I'm honest, Theory should win this. He really should. It would build his stock immensely. He's incredible, whether I like his character or not, he's insanely talented. And I mean, and even though I kind of was creeped out by his promo because it was in that empty arena, it kind of gave me
right.
Corona or the C word vibes, era vibes again. I think Theory goes over, but once again, if Cena decides to stick around until SummerSlam, you never know, they could put it on him and then take it off of him at SummerSlam. But I think Theory goes over.
Mitch, what do you think?
I really think Theory's going to go over because you just don't have Theory with that type of promo going up against John Cena, and it just makes more sense at the end of the day. If Theory wins it, my question is, who will take it off of him? Who will take the title off of Theory? That's
the draft could decide that though, because I mean they're supposed to be doing the draft not long after Mania, so
I forgot about the draft. I forgot.
Yeah.
And then there's NXT call-ups as well.
Right.
I like what Beyond the Script is saying here, because someone that posed that actually on Twitter too. If Cena is Cena wins night after Mania, does an open challenge and drops it to an NXT call-up.
That's an interesting theory.
Whether, and I think it would depend honestly on who wins that main event at TakeOver. Is Carmella, is he going to win and start to lead that brand, or is Braun Breaker going to continue? And then it depends on, I think whoever doesn't win that match is getting called up, and that could be who takes it off Cena if that's the route that they're going to go.
I agree with that assessment. Both of you, I agree with that assessment. So you both have Theory retaining the title. Is that correct?
Sadly for me, yeah, because Cena is my all-time favorite, and yeah, I got Theory.
I think I'm going to go with the same wavelength as the both of you. I think we're going to be on the same page.
Plus,
I'm sorry, Terry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and Cena's got such good vibes with the fans now because when during his run,
right.
Let's face it, it was less and cold. I mean, and he got tagged with the shovel thing, especially with the Nexus thing. Please don't get me started on that because I will go off on a tangent. If he wants to kind of retain that kind of really positive relationship with the fans that he does, even though Theory is obviously a heel, that may be kind of a salve on that past, what was perceived past behavior from him. Really helping someone who's amazing, who's that good, raise his stock. So,
yeah, I agree with the assessment. I agree with what you said. I'm like I said, I'm in the same wavelength as you. I'm on the same wave path as you. You and I have always debated about wrestling for a very long time, Terry. You know me. I don't sugarcoat anything.
I totally do.
Huh?
I totally sugarcoat everything.
I can't, Cherry. It's just not in me. It's just not. I know. It's just not in me. I'm sorry. But anyway, yes, I agree with the both of you. I think Theory is going to retain the title. Now they could go with what you just said before, Cherry. They could have Theory lose it to Cena right then and there, and then he takes it back to Raw, and then let's say a Grayson Waller gets called up, or one of them gets called up, and then they challenge Cena, and Cena drops the title right there and then on Raw. That could happen, but in this instance, I think Cena's going to be passing the torch over to him. So Austin Theory's going to retain, and
I don't think Cena could go heel on Theory. I don't see that happening at all.
No, Cena.
There's no point of him turning heel at all. There's no point.
I don't agree with that.
No, I don't agree with that. I think that would be a waste of time.
They have tried for years. Everybody has tried for years to turn Cena heel. And the WWE brass is dead set against that. They do not want him seen them. They don't want to see him seen. They don't want to have Cena turn heel. They don't want it to happen. And I think that it's I don't agree with that assessment at all. I don't think he's going to turn heel. No, I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I see Theory retaining the title.
I think there's going to be a heel turn this weekend, but it's definitely not going to be Cena.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll discuss that definitely. All right. The SmackDown Women's Championship is up for grabs. Our good friend, Miss Charlotte Flair, is taking on Rhea Ripley. Now here's the thing. I'm just gonna say this, and then I'm gonna go to you all for commentary. Rhea Ripley needs a receipt here. And here's the reason why I say that she needs a receipt. Rhea Ripley, when she took on Charlotte the first time, lost the NXT women's title to Charlotte. And let me explain something to you. Charlotte had no business. Listen to me carefully. Charlotte had no business winning the NXT title. She had no business because it made no sense. The booking made no sense. The decision made no sense. Everything that was done in this match was done wrong. Rhea Ripley shouldn't have lost the NXT title to Charlotte. It was a dumb decision. It was the worst decision you could possibly ever imagine. I don't know whose idea it was, but I have a funny feeling. Yeah, I know. Yeah, him. Anyway, it was dumb. It was a dumb whack decision, and I think a ship needs to be righted here. But I'm going to save my predictions. I just went on my little rant. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
You're good.
But I just had to say what I felt. Um, Mitch, what do you think? Who is winning the SmackDown Women's Championship?
Easy. Rhea. I think Rhea's going to win it because the whole year since the Rumble, she had the momentum. She's got the look. She can go in the ring. I love it. But just a hot take here. If Rhea wins at Mania, watch that Vince have her lose it at SummerSlam to Charlotte. I hate saying that. I don't want it to happen. But you know how Vince works.
Mm-mm.
Sorry.
Sad thing is, I can absolutely see that happening.
Sherry, what do you think?
I'm sorry, Earl. I feel bad. I'm sorry.
We just depressed our host. Way to go.
That's what I'm thinking, like Vince McMahon.
I'm crying.
Such a scary thought.
The host is crying. Oh, dang it. Dang it, Mitch. Why did you do that?
Scary thought.
It's not me. Talk to Vince.
I know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead, Sherry.
I definitely agree with you that she absolutely should not have gone over Rhea in 2020. Absolutely not.
Give me one sec.
I think, like you said, I think Rhea. It's definitely time for Rhea to come out and be a dominant champion and just go ahead and destroy. Be what they wanted Ronda Rousey to be. But the thing is, she actually can move in the ring and has really good character work. I don't see them breaking up, breaking up the Judgment Day. I don't see them doing that with this because they talked about it expanding. Could Judgment Day be on both Raw and SmackDown as a result? Don't know. Or if they move them over to SmackDown, I don't know. But I definitely have. It's time for Rhea to be champion and be dominant as hell. I'm picking Rhea.
I agree with you, Terry. I'm not going to argue with you. I agree. She needs a receipt. She needs a receipt, Cherry, because I was angry at this booking. Cherry, I'm telling you, I've been a wrestling fan for now 3 decades, and let me tell you something. I was angry at this booking. I was flabbergasted at this booking. I couldn't believe what they did with this booking.
It was a really good match, but the ending of it completely took me
Yeah,
out.
it sucked.
Yeah, I really did.
Yeah, it ruined the mystique of the match, Cherry. It ruined it.
Agreed.
It ruined it. I mean, if Rhea would have,
like Charlotte. I was just gonna say I actually do like her as a person. I think she needs to be away from the actual title scene for a good year and a half at least.
Well, let me tell you something. You've been on my show before, and you know how I feel about Charlotte. I
know exactly how you.
I'm not a fan of hers. I'm not. She can't sell worth a damn. She can't.
Yeah.
And that is that's a shame because her father
was one of the greatest of all time.
I mean, he can sell his behind. He can sell you a Cadillac.
He can sell water to a boat salesman. I mean,
but she can't sell.
Agreed.
She can't sell worth a damn. I mean, you spear her and she's walking around like nothing happened. Like, oh, I'm fresh as a day. No, you're supposed to sell that. If I spared you out of your shoes, sell it.
No, agreed.
Sell it. Dang it. Can you just do one? Can you stop being lazy for a second and sell something? Sell it.
Agreed.
I
Absolutely.
don't. I just. Oh, every time she is in the ring, I just want to choke the snot out of
Ooh.
her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it's just she's a great advertisement for blood pressure pills. Oh my god. I'm sorry. She's just
Oh,
oh my
Lord.
gosh.
My goodness, that's great.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. I
Lord.
just can't. I can't. Um. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to agree with everyone here on the panel, and Rhea Ripley will become the brand new SmackDown Women's Champion. And yes, I agree with Cherry. She's going to be a great champion. I think she's going to be a great thing for Judgment Day. Judgment Day will become more powerful than ever because now that Rhea's the champion, they're just going to be roughshotting over everything else.
I think
So, yeah. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna say Rhea Ripley is your new SmackDown Women's Champion.
agreed. Agreed.
Yep. Now let's talk about this match for a second. Rey Mysterio takes on his father. Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. You know, at first I was like, I don't know if I want to see father and son in the ring mixing it up. I was against it at first. I was against it until they pulled that nasty trigger on SmackDown. When Ray went to his mother and respected her, and he disrespected the sister as well. Dominic needs to get spanked here and spanked hard. I know a lot of people are going to yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Josie like that.
Yeah. He needs to get disciplined here. The prison tattoo and the whole thing about prison. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. He says that he was gonna beat his father jail style. I don't want to hear that anymore. I don't want to hear that. He needs to be taken in the proverbial woodshed and teach a lesson. And I think that Ray is going to do that to him. But I'm going to save my predictions until after you guys mull it over. So, Cherry, who is winning this match?
First of all, um, I've actually enjoyed Dominic's character. Okay, I never enjoy him in the ring, but I enjoy his character work. I have laughed so hard at him until he told his mom to shut up, and I'm like, oh no, that's not, no, that ain't it. No. I think Dominic is going over, and only because you have someone in the Judgment Day that does not have a match, and that's Damian Priest. Which first of all is really, really sad. He absolutely should, because he killed it in Elimination Chamber. He should be rewarded with some kind of match, even if it's, Stone Cold comes back and just decides, hey, I'm going to wrestle a match. Go ahead and let him wrestle Priest. But I think that Priest is going to play a factor in this, because I can't see Angie and Aaliyah coming down there and just
Right.
interfering in the match, but I could totally see Damian Priest doing it. I think Dominic Mysterio has the slowest 619 I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
It's like 619 times 2.
Yeah, it's almost like pouring motor oil and syrup together out of a bottle. Anyway,
Well,
I digress.
I think that's that's Karen Cross in the ring. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. But no, I think that Dominic is going to win, but it's going to be from some shenanigans from
Priest.
I
Jerry?
think. Oh, okay. I think Damian Priest is going to interfere and
Yeah.
in Dominic's winning.
So,
Okay.
But
Mitch, what do you think?
he is going to get his butt whooped first.
Yes.
I just got to say this. So you said Dom's 619 is times 2. So it's a 1,238.
It's 12:38. He hit you with the 12:38.
Yeah. So I gotta agree with Sherry here. I think Dom's going over. Just because Rey Mysterio is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think he is retiring. So
it's hard. That's hard to call because they've said that it's not going to be his last match. But then again, I mean, there's the dirt sheets we're talking about.
I don't believe everything. I don't believe anything from the IWC.
I don't believe like.
I don't believe
what I see, unless I have a friend who tells me that would know.
Right.
Yeah, like there's certain YouTubers I believe, like JD from NYC, him, BC Amplify, No DQ. Like I believe those guys, but I don't even believe Meltzer.
I've never believed Meltzer.
I'm not a fan of Mr. Dave Meltzer. He did block me on Twitter, by the way.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he did.
Hey!
He did.
I've been blocked by Ryback and Karen Cross, so I mean,
I haven't been blocked by any superstar yet.
I
need to up it up a little bit now.
And I didn't even tweet directly at Karen Cross. That's what's so funny. He was vanity searching and saw that I said he was crap in the ring, I guess.
Yeah. Corbin's not a part of Mania. Maybe that's the person.
Don't get me started on what happened on last year, that 6-month feud that nearly took 10 years off my life. But yeah.
That's my goal. I'm going to try to get blocked by Corbin. That's my goal.
Good idea. Good job. Good idea.
Hey, that's great.
She verbally eviscerated Corbin at a SmackDown one time.
Yeah, I think I did see that video. I think
it's pretty legendary,
actually. Okay, so I guess we're all on this. I guess we're all in the same wavelength here. That Dominic is gonna defeat his father. I personally, let me just say something here. I don't want to see this happen. I don't like this match. I just don't like to see father and son in the ring. I don't like it. I mean, they were once tag team champions. They were once together, and now they're split. And this heel turn. And him coming out every week on Monday Night Raw. By the way, Cherry, you are welcome to watch the Raw watch along. We do that every Monday night for Monday Night Raw. You are welcome to pop it into the chat and watch the stream because it is absolutely entertaining. You will get entertained by your bottom dollar with all of us on the stream. It really is funny.
Are they going to get beef? Do you want them to get beef? What do you say again?
No, he's beating the stew. Yes.
There's sometimes during Raw I need some extra entertainment because it's not.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I think I'm going to be on the same wave. Again, we're agreeing. We're going to agree on this. Yeah, Dominic Mysterio is going to win over his father. I don't like it. I don't like it personally, to be honest with you. I don't like this match. I hate it. But it is what it is. It's going to happen. And I guess we just move on from it. I guess after he wins, I don't know what's going to happen afterwards, but he's going to come back on Raw. He's going to have bragging rights that he beat his deadbeat father, and he's going to go on and on and on and on.
I hope this ends the feud, though. I really do. I hope that it's a 6 months.
Why do I feel like the mom and the daughter are going to interfere?
That's what I'm saying. I can't see them doing that, but then again,
You just never know. You
Yeah,
just
any-
never know. You just never know. You just never
Now,
know.
Earl, you
I
would
mean,
know.
his sister
Earl,
did kiss Buddy Murphy. So.
Right.
Earl, you would know this more than me. Has Rey Mysterio's daughter been training to wrestle at all or no?
From what I understand, no,
No,
she's not trained anything in the ring. She's not trained.
That makes
However, she can mix it up verbally,
Mhm.
and maybe that is something. Another thing too that could happen in this match is, Rey Mysterio always mimics the late great Eddie Guerrero,
Yeah.
and this is something that I think should happen in the match. If Damian Priest is out there and he wants to interfere, okay. Let's say Rey Mysterio does the old trick that we known to love Eddie Guerrero do. You remember when Eddie Guerrero used to take the chair and he used to smack it against the floor of the in the middle of the ring, and then he used to lay down and he tossed the chair to the opponent, and he said, "Oh, he hit." Now he could do that. He can do that and get Damian Priest to get tossed from the match. And then when Dominic is distracted, the father drop kicks him in the back, 619 him to back to prison, and then pins his old rude ass
You mean
and
1238?
no, not when Ray does 619. But so
and then gives him the 619 and counts the 1, the 2, and the 3, and Ray wins the contest.
so I just had a crazy theory pop up into my head.
Okay.
Isn't Vicky Guerrero's contract up with AEW? And she's not going to resign?
Right. Currently, she is at
What if
home.
Dominic, what if he does his little thing with Eddie and she comes out and all you hear is "Excuse me," and she and
Why do I feel like that's gonna happen now?
it literally, I was just thinking, I was like, oh my, because he was talking about Eddie. He was talking about Eddie. I was like, oh my God, I can see that happening.
Could you see Chavo?
I
No.
don't know about that. I don't know about that.
But I can see Vicky doing it.
I can see Vicky doing it. I agree with Cherry there. I can see Vicky do it, but I don't know about Chavo. But that's an interesting thought. That's an interesting thought. That is something to put a pin in it and keep that in the back of your head as we move forward here. Okay, let's talk about this next match here. Seth Rollins meets Logan Paul. The match is going to be great. The build for the match, again, in the middle of the road. I think it was okay. I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fence with the build here. I don't care for the build that much in this match. I wish it was built up a little bit more. But however, Logan Paul is really good at what he does in the ring. And so far he has impressed me to no end here. Now this match I'm going to say is a pick'em. And why I say it's a pick'em, because I'm conflicted about who is going to win this match. Because on one hand, you can have Seth Rollins win on WrestleMania. Then on the other hand, you want to have Logan Paul's WrestleMania moment. And what a better way to give Logan Paul his WrestleMania moment by pinning Rollins.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm at a loss.
Mhm.
I'm at a loss because I don't know who to side with here. I'm not sure which. Go ahead, Mitch. I'm sorry.
I'm going to tell you this. It's Logan Paul's birthday on Saturday, so that's one. And two, his contract ends. or is this his rookie year? His
On the
rookie,
third. Yep.
his rookie year, his contract, something ends after Mania. Something ends.
His
So-
contract in WWE ends.
Yeah. So I think
Um,
who's in here?
well, Mitch, you have just sewn up my prediction for me. In a nutshell. But Cherry, who is winning this match?
Okay. Well, first of all, I am going to say that Logan Paul has impressed me with his in-ring work. I was at SummerSlam this past year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was actually I wasn't on the floor, but I was like the first row up from the floor facing the camera. So I mean, I got so I was there, and you could actually feel the crowd turn from Miz to him. Because people were so impressed with how good he was.
Yeah.
With that said, though, I don't see how you don't have Seth win this match, because he's been knocked out twice, and after last year having to lose to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania and 2 subsequent other matches,
Right.
it's one of them he should have won, and don't get me started on that. I am a Seth fan. I don't see how if someone's usually is someone who's on their way out.
She's frozen.
Yeah.
Given last year, Seth's got to win this. He's just got to win this. Especially with him getting knocked out two weeks in a row. And as far as the build goes, I will say Seth has really done everything he can to build this. The whole bye-bye bitch.
Carried it.
I've been using bye-bye bitch for,
And
since
by the way, that is trending worldwide on Twitter. Hashtag bye bye bitch. Anyway, I digress.
Yes, I think you have to have Seth go over. I just do. He needs to keep that momentum that he had going after that big long losing streak he had last year. If you're willing to keep him strong.
Right. Mitch, what do you think?
Seth's gotta win. I've gained so much respect for Logan Paul, not just in the ring, outside the ring. If you guys know what happened with him in the Suicide Forest a couple years ago, and how he turned his whole life around, like his endeavor or his business prime, that drink of his. Wrestling, he's killed it. He got one of the best podcasts in the world. So he does. I got Seth winning, but I gained so much respect for Logan. So much. So his contract ends. Gotta do it the right way. And it sucks it has to be on his freaking birthday. Happy birthday, Logan. You're losing.
But he's going to wrestle at WrestleMania on his birthday. If you're a wrestling fan your entire life and you're going to have a really big match at WrestleMania on your birthday, I mean,
his birthday's on April Fool's.
That's why he's losing.
Oh, damn.
April Fool's bitches.
Do you guys think his brother's gonna show up? Do you guys think Jake Paul's gonna show up or no?
No, I don't know about that. I know he has. I know he has an entourage. I don't see them interfering in this match at all. As far as my predictions is concerned, well, Mitch just kind of like sewn it up for me here. I'm going to be in the opposite of you guys, unfortunately. And I'm going to stick to my gut here. And Logan Paul will have his WrestleMania moment, and he will defeat Seth Rollins in this match. I mean, it's just. I mean, I can't picture. I could picture Rollins winning the match, but then on the other hand, Mitch would say, "Oh, it's his birthday, and the contract, and then they could offer him an extension." I mean, anything's possible in WWE. You just never know. So based upon what everybody would, based upon what I'm hearing, um, yeah, I'm gonna say Logan Paul wins this match. I'm gonna go opposite.
I mean,
Sorry.
it is possible.
I mean, anything is if anything is possible in wrestling. Anything.
If that happens, oh Lord, the Seth fandom on Twitter is going to melt down. It's going to be. Oh, beyond the script asked, do we get Pat McAfee on commentary for the weekend? I hadn't heard anything about.
I haven't heard anything about that. I know that Michael Cole and I believe it's not Wade Barrett. I forgot who they said it's going to be.
Corey Graves.
I think it'll be Corey Graves and Cole going to be taking you to WrestleMania night number 1 and night number 2, unless they go with a 3-man person. But that's what I heard. That's what I hear. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Okay. Let's talk about this one here. The Fatal 4-Way. Let's talk about this Fatal 4-Way. It is Braun Strowman versus Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus the Alpha Academy and versus the Viking Raiders.
Oh boy.
Now, I want to know something here. Somebody needs to explain this to me. Why is this match happening like this? And is there a stipulation here? Because I haven't heard of one. Now, if you're going to do a Fatal 4-Way of this magnitude like this, first of all, that's not WrestleMania worthy. I'm sorry. If there's no stipulation to it, this is not WrestleMania worthy. This is pre-show worthy. Yes, I can see this being on the pre-show. You can chop this off and put it on the pre-show. But if there is no stipulation in this match, why is this happening? Why are we getting this match? What is the purpose of this match? See, this is the problem that I have with the WWE. Don't book matches that you don't know what you're doing with them. Don't do that, because the thing is that first of all, you're gonna put the audience to sleep. That's number one. Number two, the matches you have booked has to make sense. You can't just take everybody in the room, turn the light off, and said, "Okay, now find the light switch." Can't do that. We gotta have some purpose here. Why is this happening? No explanation was given. No thought process in it, and there's zero build to this match whatsoever. So I have no idea. I'm confused. I don't know why this match is happening. Anyway, they're putting it on. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, before I continue, I have seen some of the WrestleMania set that they have put together inside SoFi Stadium. It is impressive. I mean, this set is huge. It is huge. The ramp is huge. The stage is huge. And the ring looks like the stage edit. That's how tiny the ring is. The ring is very tiny compared to the stage. I could not believe how they constructed that. I was like, wow. I said it looked like the. Go ahead, Sherry. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I think I said on Twitter, it's going to take Roman until WrestleMania 40 to get to the ring.
I mean, it's massive. It looks like the stage at the ring. I mean, the way they constructed it, I was like, wow. And far away, when you're sitting in the upper deck and you're looking down at the entire arena, you're going to see teeny tiny ants of people walking through the floor seats, because the stage is massive. It takes, I think they said it took 85% of the stadium. I said, oh my gosh. I said 85%. I said, that's a lot. Uh, I mean, and it took them forever to build that set. Um, wow. But anyway, anyway, getting back to this match. Getting back to this match. Um,
Hey, Earl, you
okay.
should subscribe to your channel, man.
Huh?
Subscribe to you.
Oh, thank you very much. New subscriber, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank
yes, and the Phillies lost 11-7. We don't have to talk about it.
yeah, okay. Opening day, ladies and gentlemen, baseball. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so this match has no stipulation. This match has no meaning to it. So, I'm Cherry. What do you think of this match? I don't know what to say. What do you think?
I think the logic behind this match, first of all, is let's give these guys something to do at WrestleMania. That's the only thing that I can come up with. There's, like you said, there's been no build, no rhyme or reason other than these guys are a tag team, because they haven't even said whoever wins is getting a shot at whoever wins whoever is the champions after WrestleMania. So, I mean, I don't know what this, like Denise said, boring filler match. Exactly. That's the only thing that I can think of. The question is, do I care who wins this match? Not really. I do love the Street Profits, and it's probably who I'm going to pick to win. I'm still very salty at the Viking Raiders because of them. That the whole thing with the Banger Bros got destroyed, and I don't like that. Anyway, but I guess I'm going, because I think something's going to happen with Alpha Academy. I think that Otis is going to turn on Chad. I think that's the whole reason for this match, was to set up Otis to leave and go to Max.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But if that leads to Chad Gable getting a really good push in the singles division because he's freaking amazing and they need to use him better, then so be it. But I think, given who I think might win is Strowman and Ricochet, because they seem to really like them as a team, which is like the most random team. Hey, I called you a flippy guy, so let's form a tag team. That's a whole other thing too. Yeah, don't get me started on Ronda Rousey either down there beyond the script. But just based on pure
beyond the script,
tag team winning, it should be the Street Profits. Sure, why not?
Is it true that Randy Orton's coming back at WrestleMania? Is that true?
No. Okay. What the initial thought was, he was going to return the night after WrestleMania on Raw, and then he's going into a program with Cody Rhodes. We're going to explain that in a minute. I'm going to explain that. But that is he's no. Mitch, what do you think about this match?
Honestly, they just do it to have more people on the card, more wrestlers, superstars on the card.
Yeah.
And honestly, I just don't care. If I had to pick, Street Profits. I mean, even though I want them to split, I do, but I feel like they're going to win it.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to win this Fatal 4-Way, because this, again, like I said before, and I'll say it again, please don't hate me on Twitter or any place else, please, because this match is just ridiculous. This match is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Oh,
I mean, you could have done so many different avenues in this. I mean, you could have came up with a better scenario than this. And then there's no stipulation to it. There's
Put
no
the
build.
stipulation on it that whoever wins gets the first shot at the tag team champions.
Yeah,
Whoever
that's what I mean. That's what I mean, Cherry. There's no stipulation in this. And I hate you know something, let me tell you all something. I'm gonna say this again. I grew up on WWE. I grew up on WWE for 3 decades. Okay. I grew up on this company. Okay. And they have destined for greatness in one area, but then there are times where you just want to just strangle the crap out of their booking department. I mean, what do you guys do? Like, okay, I'm going to use a famous hashtag here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to use this hashtag, and I haven't used it in a long time because it's been retired. But I'm going to take it out of retirement. And I think everybody knows what I'm going to say in a few minutes. What are you doing, WWE?
I think
What are you doing?
has a really good point. And actually, that's one thing I was going to say. Besides Omos and Brock, this
Mac the Giants fan, how are you?
Jumbled up crap that it is has Vince's name written all over it.
Yeah, I mean this is just. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing, WWE? What are you doing? This is not this is not WrestleMania worthy. Okay, now let me explain something to you
We have a
here.
question here, Earl. What happened to
Yeah.
Matt Riddle? Is he coming back or not?
He's out of rehab.
He's out of rehab right now. They do not have any plans for him at this time. However, things could change very quickly. Like Cherry said, we have the draft. We have the next pay-per-view coming up, and things could get all melded in together very quickly. So don't sneeze on Matt Riddle. Don't sneeze on Orton. There's a lot of guys that are out in the shadows right now that could come out of the shadows that have been on the back burner. So don't don't sneeze on anything. Just hold your stuff because you have no idea what we're gonna get after WrestleMania. You have no idea because Monday Night Raw, this Monday Night Raw is going to be very unpredictable. We have no idea. We have no idea who's returning. We have no idea what storylines is going to be created. A new storyline is going to be created. We have no idea what kind of feud we're going to get. We have no idea what kind of build we're going to get to the next pay per view.
I'll be right back. Okay, I'll be right back.
You're good.
You're good. So yeah. So look, be on the lookout for that. So based upon what I said, Mitch, who did you say was going to win the match?
Street Profits.
Okay, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that.
Right. There we go.
I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that. And I mean, it's not what I like. This Fatal 4 is not what I like. It's not to my liking. I don't like this kind of this rush job booking. But okay, all right, okay. It's on the card. It's you want it on there? Okay, all right. Let me ask you something, Mitch. Before Cherry, while we wait for Cherry to return, who is winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
I don't even know. Who do you have?
I have Bronson Reed.
Okay. I mean,
yes.
I mean, that makes the most sense. I'm trying to think now. I gotta go with Bronson Reed. No one else is ringing the bell for me.
Right. Well, Braun Strowman is in the match, but again, like I said before, and I'll say it again, I don't know if I see him winning that trophy. We're talking about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal of Cherry. I see Bronson Reed winning the match. And I don't have any problems with it. I don't. I really don't have any issues if he wins the match, if they give that to him. So,
I I think if you want to know what I think about it,
Yeah, go ahead, Cherry.
I
Tell me
think
your thoughts.
I've got two that I have in mind.
Okay.
The first one is LA Knight. If LA
Mm,
Knight doesn't win this, then I think he's winning King of the Ring.
okay.
But I think the other one that's probably because I mean he's going to be really pissed off. He's left off the card because of Bray Wyatt. I think you're Lashley.
Yeah. Yeah. The very controversial thing with Bray Wyatt. First, they said he was injured. Then they said he walked out. I don't know what the story is here. I don't know why the WWE is playing this hot potato with the story. All I know is I don't know what's happening with Bray Wyatt, but let me explain something to you before we move on here. His run at WWE, just like Lesnar, just like everybody, has been a mitigated disaster. It has been a disaster with a capital D. It has been a disaster. This run has been awful. It has been the worst thing I have ever seen the WWE do. They brought him back and he was a big flop. A big flop. And that's I'm sorry. I don't mean to be I can't sugarcoat it. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, I mean, the debut was fantastic.
Yeah.
It in the whole, I was intrigued there for a while, and it looked. I mean, he was getting great responses. I was at the house show in January in Greensboro, and there's actually a video of him coming by and hugging Josie that actually kind of went viral on TikTok. Of him and the fans just. I mean, the fans were eating him up and loving him, and it's like what I don't know what ball got dropped with it, but then all of a sudden it was just like
It was flat. It was flat. And his run is it's just been it's been a disaster.
yeah,
It's been a
I don't know
disaster.
if to fix it either. That's the thing,
No, you can't fix it, Sherry. There's nothing to fix.
and I hate
The
it because
damage is done.
I do love him, but it's like I don't know the whole Uncle Howdy thing. Is
I don't know. The whole thing was a mess. The whole thing is a clunky, hot ass mess. It's a mess. It is a mess.
I got another question here. Why did they bring Bray Wyatt back to begin with?
Bray didn't think
I
Vince
don't
was gonna be back.
I don't know. Maybe I have no idea.
Didn't Triple H
Beyond
really like him though? Like really liked his.
I don't know. And another thing too is here's the thing. Vince doesn't like Bray Wyatt. He doesn't. Because he doesn't believe in the character. He doesn't believe that it would go over with the fans. He did the same thing with Miro when Miro was in WWE. He didn't think Rusev Day would go over.
You're giving me PTSD because of that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I mean I'm sorry, but that's the way Vince thinks. That's the way he thinks. If he feels that it doesn't go over with the fans, he will do everything in his power to bury the person. And that's the truth. So let's move on to this match. Okay. It is Becky Lynch, Lita, Trish Stratus versus Damage Control. Here's the thing that's gonna happen here. Now, there is a rumor, and it's only a rumor, that Trish Stratus is turning heel against Becky Lynch. Now, this could happen in the match. This could happen. Damage Control will probably go over in this match because Trish Stratus will turn heel on her opponent, on her partners, and she will beat the stew. She will beat the stew out of the man Becky Lynch in the match. Lita's gonna be shocked. She's gonna have a shocked look on her face, like, why did you do what you did? They're arguing up the ramp. Becky Lynch gets pinned by one, but I'm going to say at this point, I'm going to say Io Sky will pin Becky Lynch, and Damage Control goes over in this contest. Now that could happen. That could happen. But I'm gonna say the way Damage Control has been booked in this, the way they have been booked lately, because I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you all here. I'm getting weary of Damage Control, especially the way they have treated Bailey.
Don't get me
The
started.
way they have booked Damage Control horribly. And Bailey has been jobbed so many times, I don't even know how many times I can count. And then Io Sky and and um and and all of them there, they were the tag team champions and they were playing hot potato and then they were so therefore I know the WWE does not respect Damage Control, because if you did, you would have booked them the right way.
Great.
But you don't. You don't respect them. And if you don't believe that fact, then you can't be a wrestling fan, because then you don't understand what I'm talking about.
Great.
You can't. You just can't. And I'm just being logical here. I'm just trying to clarify everything here. So, Cherry, let me ask you something. Who's winning this match?
So initially, I said Becky, Lita, and Trish because I thought that the women's fatal four-way was going to lead into a match with Becky and Lita the night 2, but it doesn't sound like that's what's going to happen. So I actually do agree with you. I think Trish is turning heel, and that's going to lead to a match with Becky at SummerSlam. And I do think Damage Control is going to go over. And on what you were saying, I agree with 100%, because I was, like I said, I was there at SummerSlam. That return, like, I don't know how it translated out to, the TV audience. That stadium was loud as hell for all 3 of them, especially Bailey. People were just like, I mean, I got a video of me jumping up and down going, oh my God, she's back. I mean, everyone went nuts. And then it's like, you're really going to book them like that, as good as they are, all 3 of them? Yeah, I've not been happy with the way they've been booking them. But since it doesn't sound like that's what's going to happen, because I thought that Trish was going to turn on them night 2, so they lose the tag team championships to who I think is going to unfortunately win the women's fatal 4-way. I think that I think you're right. I think Trish is going to turn on Becky, beat the crap out of her, and that Lita. I don't know. Does Lita take the pin though? Is it Lita takes the pin or?
Well, I think what will happen here is she will beat Becky Lynch. Okay, Trish Stratus will beat the stew out of Becky Lynch. She takes Becky Lynch and throws her back in the ring. And when she's all disoriented after the beatdown, that is when Io Sky rolls her up, and that'll do it. That'll do it for the team, and that will be the end of it.
I know. I hate the idea of Becky getting pinned though, but
I know, but you have to do the devil's work here.
yeah. Or I mean, another scenario is Becky's waiting on the pin or the tag from Lita. Trish pulls her off the apron, beats crap out of her out there. Lita's stunned, and then that's how they get the roll up.
Yeah, that's another way that you can do it.
But I you got to have Damage Control go over here, and with a Trish, Heel turn. Victor's wanting to know who we think is winning between Rhea and Charlotte. We already said that. I think all three of us said Rhea.
Yeah. We all agreed with Rhea. And thank you very much for your question. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Please, we greatly appreciate it. Mitch, what do you think?
Tough. Can you repeat the match again? I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
Versus Lita, Trish, and
Yep. Now coming back. Honestly, I can see the Trish Stratus heel turn. I can see it from what happened on Mitch TV. I can see it. I think here it is. Because Damage Control is so dead right now. Even if they get a win, I don't even think it's going to help them at all. So I have Lita, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus winning.
Okay.
And at the end, after I see Trish Stratus heel turn, and then at SummerSlam, that is where I see Damage Control taking the titles off of them.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, Mitch, if that does come true, and you did call that match, you will get a shout out from me on Twitter because I've done that to everybody. Everybody who has predicted it correctly gets a shout out from me, yours truly, because the mind always works in wrestling. And I agree with the entire assessment. So I have Damage Control winning the match. Cherry has Damage Control, and Mitch has Damage Control. So we're all in the.
I don't have Damage Control.
No! You're the opposite. You're the opposite. Okay.
You guys I'm righty. That was really corny.
Okay, so me and Cherry are in agreement. Mitch is not in agreement with us, but that's okay. That's fine.
But I was in agreement with him until I saw that other match is not going to happen night 2. So I mean,
right?
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta ask, how many matches have we been through so far?
Well, we're almost done with night number 1. We're almost done.
So what? No, I know. I'm just curious how many we've been through. What was it? 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're up to number 7. We're up to number 7. Okay. Which is the main event of night number 1, and of course, it is for the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles. It is the Usos taking on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And this is very easy to predict because the bloodline on this night is going down in flames.
Yep.
The bloodline will be over. Huh?
I think we're all on the same page here.
Yep. The bloodline is going to be.
Yes, but.
Yep. The bloodline is going down in flames. We will have brand new, undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions in Owens and Zayn. They will march forward in this match. The pyro will go off, and WrestleMania will go fade to black. Kerry, what do you think?
I think it's probably the easiest match of the entire weekend to predict. On this night, I'm not going to say too much about night 2, but I definitely, KO and Sami are winning this, even though I think it's kind of weird that they haven't had a match as a tag team yet, and they're winning the tag championship.
Yeah, I know it's a little strange.
I mean, they of course have going back to Ring of Honor history as being a tag team, but yeah, I mean, I think that's the easiest match to predict. And beyond the script, please, why did you have to speak that into existence about Vince making an appearance? No, please stay off my TV.
I think if Vince came out, I think the entire arena will go black. The cable will go black, and we won't have a picture. We're going to have technical difficulties. Anyway, I digress.
But yes, I definitely think. I mean, it's painfully obvious, at least for this. Yeah, it's KO and Sammy. There's no doubt.
Mitch, what do you think?
I got KO and Sammy. I mean, it's common sense at this point. That's all I gotta say for this.
Right. Again, like I said before, I'll say it again. The build for this main event has been fantastic. I mean, Kevin always kept saying, no, I don't want to tag with you. I don't want to do this with you. I don't want to do that. Finally, at the end, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn reunited, and they want to take down the Bloodline. And I'm going to say right now, the Bloodline thing. Now, listen. I know some of you out there are a fan of the Bloodline. I know you like the Bloodline, but they have been roughshod dominant over the entire WWE now for almost 3 years, and this needs to come to a halt. We need some new change of the guard here. So that is why I predicted, and we're marching forward, and we're gonna have brand new undisputed tag team champions, and that's the way this is gonna work. So ladies and gentlemen, we are done with night number 1. Night number 1 has some interesting matches to it. Some not worthy, some are worthy, and we will see how they are produced and how they play out in the ring. Now we're going to move over to, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, on night number 1, Becky G will sing America the Beautiful. Becky G will sing America the Beautiful on night number 1. We have no idea who's singing night number 2, but the WWE promises.
Actually, it's Jimmy Allen.
Jimmy Allen is going to sing the America the Beautiful on night number 2.
Yes, and actually, he's a friend of my husband's. He's a bowling buddy husband, and he was actually supposed to sing at SummerSlam, but that fell through because they were in Nashville. And he had said that since we were going to be there, that if he had been able to do that, he would have gotten us backstage.
Oh,
it didn't happen.
But now he's booked for night number 2.
Yes.
So he's gonna sing America the Beautiful. Okay, yes. Great. I like that. So ladies and gentlemen, let's move over to night number 2. Night number 2 has only one clunker in it, and we all know that clunker is Omos and Lesnar.
I got Lesnar. How long is this match going to take? I got less than a minute.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this first match. Lesnar and Omos. Now, Cherry, I want to tell you something. I respect you. And I respect how your cherryisms are, to the point where I carried that phrase that you used on my show many months ago. Omos is as green as goose. Well, okay. Anyway.
Me too.
It is the most funniest thing, and the most entertaining thing I've ever used on my show. It has been. Even Mitch lost his mind when I used it.
Oh my God! I was done. The show got the most views.
It was funny, Cherry. You have to watch. I'm going to tell you something, Cherry. Go on my channel and go back to January the 16th of this year and watch the Raw watch along. Watch Mitch's reaction when I came out with that. First of all, he was shocked I even said he was green as bullshit. But what I said afterwards, it was it was really entertaining. Sure, it was entertaining. To me, it was entertaining. I don't know about anybody else.
Oh God.
Anyway, who do I have winning this match? I don't know.
Do I care?
Pick one. Flip a coin and pick one. Flip a coin and pick.
I got Brock Lesnar.
Okay. Sherry, who do you got?
I've said Brock Lesnar. I think he's going to get him up in the F5. But now my wheels are turning, and I'm wondering if Omos might win when he gets him up in that F5, or it could be a DQ, because I have this feeling that the Hurt Business are going to reunite and they're going to attack Lesnar.
Isn't Lesnar retired or done after this?
I don't know.
I heard he was going to go away, but then I heard he's not. You got that Saudi show coming up, and he's gonna want that Saudi money. So I don't know. See, this would have been better suited for Saudi, if I'm being honest. This match would have been much better suited for a Saudi show, but
I think if
I'm gonna say I'll say Lesnar, because because for some reason WWE doesn't like the Hurt Business. So I think Lesnar is going to go over.
Okay, so we have Lesnar. We have two Lesnars. 2 votes for Lesnar. Well, unfortunately, the one that's green is not winning this match at all.
There you
No, it's not. I'm sorry, because Omos is like pushing sand across the ring. You need a dump truck to do that, and unfortunately, Omos he just can't wrestle. The guy cannot wrestle. I am sorry, and I don't know who. If you're a fan of,
I'm a fan of him as a person, but his
in-ring work is
no. Accent. I'll say it myself. No. He's greener and gay shit.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
But yeah, and how many matches has Lesnar lost or had some sort of?
And let me just say something here about Lesnar. Let me just say something here. You know something, Sherry? This Lesnar run has been a disaster. This Lesnar run, he is lazy in the ring. All he does is M5 suplex, M5 suplex, M5 suplex, M5 suplex. I mean, is there anything else? Can you whip out your repertoire?
Well, that's what he was doing before Drew beat him in 2020.
But then he's just lazy. He's just lazy. And this run of Lesnar is terrible. It's terrible. It's been a horror show. It is a PR nightmare. And I just don't know anymore. Oh my gosh. Every time I see Lesnar, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I watching? Why is this happening? It's almost like taking a brick and putting it in a pillow and beating you with it. Oh, it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I agree with Denise. Like, as far as his character goes, it's been better, but yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, Denise. I don't know anymore, Denise.
Last Lesnar match was Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a disaster. Yeah. He's been a disaster. But I guess I'm gonna have to agree with the both of your assessment, and I'm gonna say Lesnar wins this match. Now, whether he can pick up Omos and give him an M5, I don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening.
It'll be a spectacle if he does, though.
I don't see that happening. I don't. Well,
if he does, give me a shout out on Twitter then.
Yeah, yeah. No, I definitely will, because I'm gonna be floored if that happens. Trust me. Okay. Let's talk about this. Bianca Belair and Asuka for the Raw women's title. The match is going to be interesting. But here's the thing: the build for this match has been all over the place. It's been all over the place. First of all, Asuka comes out. Now they booked Asuka like she's an 8-year-old. With the goo coming out of her mouth, and she's biting down on the pill, and the goo coming out of her mouth. Then she's dancing, and I wasn't a fan of all of that. The confrontation she had with Bianca was non-existent. I just wish that they would have built this up more correctly, but they didn't. And that's very disappointing. However, I think the match is going to be good here. And again, like I said in the beginning, Rhea Ripley has a receipt, and so has Asuka. Asuka needs to get a receipt here because her streak was broken by Charlotte Flair. And and that just killed her momentum totally when she lost the streak. It killed
that
it.
sounds familiar, does
It does. It killed everything that was Asuka. So Asuka needs a receipt here. So based upon what I said, I'm going to give my first prediction here. Asuka will win the Raw Women's title. We're going to have a brand new Raw Women's title. Mitch, what do you think?
I got Asuka winning, and Bianca's held the title for too damn long. She's great. I love Bianca, but if you're going with this new gimmick for Asuka, you gotta give her the title and let her score. Hello, Crystal. How you doing?
Hello, Crystal.
That's my girl.
How you doing? Welcome aboard.
And kept the streak going. Yeah. So,
Cherry, what do you think?
I completely agree with that. Bianca's been amazing. I mean, she has been a really good champion. But I definitely agree. If you're really going to go in with Asuka with this new darker character, the Kana character, you have to really go in and you really need to give her the title and give her a monster ass run with it. Just let her just destroy everyone like she did in NXT, and go with this. And here's the thing about women's division. For the most part, I love all of the women for the most part that's on both SmackDown and Raw.
Right.
That's why it's always so hard for me to predict or cheer for anyone because I like them all. But I don't see how you don't let Asuka try to run with this and really give some legs to that darker character. So I think I don't know how long it will last, but I think Asuka's going to win.
All right. Well, I agree with both of you. I agree with both of your assessment. Asuka is going to become the new Raw Women's. And let me say something here. Let me also say something here. I want to add to what I just said. Bianca Belair needs a new gimmick. She needs a new gimmick because the old gimmick is really, really old and tired. When I'm talking about a new gimmick, I'm talking about a heel turn. She needs a heel turn. She needs a heel turn, and she needs a new perspective on how to be a heel.
Great.
And I think that fits her very well. Stop with the skipping, stop whipping the hair, stop all of that, and just turn her heel. Turn her heel and let her be a very vixen, vicious, nasty heel. And I think that would be a good soup for Bianca to drink on.
I agree with that. I would love to see it. He'll be on.
Yeah, I would love it. I would embrace it. I wouldn't mind it at all. I wouldn't. If they would have did what I just said, I would love it. Sign me up, please. I want to see the new Bianca Belair.
Agreed.
So okay, so all right. Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell. Finn Balor takes on Edge. This feud is gold. 24 karat gold. This feud. I love the build for this feud. I love the nuance of this. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that's very conflicting to me. Now, we all know Finn Balor won over Edge at the last. He made Edge say, I quit. Now, the question is there a receipt coming for Edge in this match? And ladies and gentlemen, just to let everybody know, we are getting the old Hell in the Cell. This is not the red Hell in the Cell. This is the original Hell in the Cell, which means that this is going to hurt a lot of folks, including Finn Balor and Edge. So this cell is going to be something nothing short of sensational. This match is going to be a banger. This is going to be a banger. This ain't going to be no squash. This ain't going to be no fast match. No. We're going to get Demon. We're going to get the Demon. And we're going to get the Brood in this match. And my goodness, is this going to be off the meter? Can you imagine 70,000 people screaming from the top of their lungs when this cage is lowered? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to save my predictions for this match. I'm going to save it. I'm going to go first to Mitch, then to Cherry. Mitch, who is winning this Hell in the Cell?
I'm just gonna ask: is Edge retiring after this or no?
Okay, here's the rumor here's the rumor. Here's the rumor. Apparently, Edge wants to retire on his own power, his own time, his own thing. So the rumor is, and the report is, that he is going to have his final match on SmackDown when SmackDown goes back to Canada in August.
In Toronto, yep.
In Toronto. So on August the 18th, now this has not been confirmed yet. This has not been confirmed, but according to what the report is saying, if this is confirmed, Edge will have his final match on SmackDown on August the 18th. And that will do it for Edge. He will be retired. He will stay in Toronto and he will go home. So based upon all of what I just said, does that help you at all, Mitch?
It does. It does, but I'm still stuck on who's gonna win though. You know what? Why am I leaning towards Edge? I just got that feeling that Edge is gonna win. I don't know what it is. It's just a gut feeling here. And then if Finn Balor wins, I will not be mad. This is a match where it's like I like who wins. Like if Finn Balor wins, I'll take it. Edge wins, I'll take it. So it's a coin flip. I'm going with Edge.
Cherry, what do you think?
So you know that Michael Jordan meme that where he's holding the trophy and it says, "I've prayed for times like this."
Yeah.
This is something that I have prayed for because you have two of my absolute favorites. Edge is in my Mount Rushmore. He is in my top 4 of all time.
Yes.
And Balor is really close to being in that stratosphere for me. He's just so freaking fantastic. What Vince McMahon did to him still disgusts me.
Yes.
The way he booked him just grosses me out. This, first of all, the original Hell in the Cell coming back is going to be amazing. because it just don't put a freaking red light on it. Don't, please, Jesus Christ, don't do that, please. But you're going to have the factor of, because I've heard rumors of Gangrel coming to the ring with him. Like he said, it's hard to predict this because they're both. I'm not going to be upset with whoever wins because I love them both. I really, really do. But I could see where Edge would win because of what happened at at Clash with the whole, making him quit, whichever pay per view that was. I think it was Clash. It was Clash, right? Who do I think needs it more? Definitely Finn Balor, because I had heard that they were going to, he was going to get this huge push, and I'm kind of still waiting. So, because I would like to see Finn. I would love to see either one of them win, and it just, oh God, I'm just going to enjoy the hell out of this match. This is my second. I have a feeling this is going to be my second favorite match of the weekend. I'm having a hard time with this one, but I think Finn Balor's going to win.
Okay.
I may change my mind more about that because I love Edge that much.
I love both. I love both of them. I do. I love both of them.
I've been following Finn since I started watching like ICW and before he came to WWE, and God, it's just so freaking hard to call this one, but at least as of right now, Extreme Rules. Thank you, Denise. Today I'm gonna say Finn because I think he needs it more than Edge does.
Am I gonna see a tweet from you? Oh, I got Edge now.
Probably.
Probably, yeah. I like this Hell in the Cell. I really do. I love Hell in the Cell. Especially if it's done correctly. I love this feud. I'm a fan of this feud. And, based upon what happened the last time you made him say I quit, the WWE owes Edge a receipt here. And I'm gonna go the opposite way here. I'm gonna go the opposite way here. And say the Brood slays the demon. In this Hell in a Cell. Edge will win this match. They will both beat the stew out of each other. They will beat the living stew out of each other in this Hell in the Cell. Yes. They will beat that stew.
My only problem with that is the whole mystique of the demon was kind of compromised with the whole weird ass Roman thing with the turnbuckle breaking.
Yeah. I mean that shouldn't have happened. That was just whack booking.
Please don't get me started on that. But I mean, so it's like, well, I mean, Finn, the demons. Do you want to compromise the mystique of that? Him being reluctant to bring it back.
Oh, Jerry, why would you do this to me? Why would you do
this? That's why I was struggling with this because I love Edge and I want him to get the receipt. But then I love Finn, and what was done to him with the Roman Reigns match still pisses me off. And I really just, oh God, can they both win? Seriously, can they just both win this match?
Okay, you just want to. There's no double count out.
There's no count.
No, there's no disqualification. There's no nothing in the Hell in a Cell.
It's not supposed to be.
Okay, yeah, okay. We won't go there. But I'm gonna say Edge. I'm gonna go with Edge.
Right.
I'm just gonna stick to my guns and go with Edge. I'm gonna go with Edge in this. If Balor wins, okay, great, fantastic. I mean, okay, fine. It's gonna be a Judgment Day night, So, all right. So I'm gonna go with Edge. Mitch, who did you go with again?
Edge.
Edge. Okay, we got Edge, and Cherry went with the
I'm
Demon.
gonna. I'll
Until,
wait for tomorrow.
until
I'll see
tomorrow when I tell you I'm going with it. I'm gonna flip flop so much on this because God, I love them both. Oh God.
Yep.
Okay. Here's another match that again makes no sense. This Fatal 4-Way ladies. This is Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Natalia, and Shotzi Green and Sonya Deville. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Let me just say something here. Let me just say something. All of these ladies in this match need help. They need help in the worst, especially Ronda Rousey. Now, let me explain something to you all. Ronda Rousey's run so far in WWE has been abysmal. It has been the worst I've ever seen. This woman is a botch machine. This woman is a botch machine, ladies and gentlemen. She has so many botches in her match. It is not fun. Ronda Rousey looks like she just started out wrestling in the ring. She looks terrible. She looks awkward in the ring. It looks like
Fluidity whatsoever.
yeah, no fluidity whatsoever. There's no common nothing in Ronda Rousey. Her matches are horrendous. They are horrendous. And she is horrendous. Her wrestling is horrendous. What she says is horrendous. I mean, the jokes that she does is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know who's booking this, but Ronda Rousey is really bad. This match makes no sense. There's no build for this match. Again, like the men, there's no stipulation in the match. It makes no sense. So I don't understand why. Why are you doing this to us? Why are you torturing the audience with this crap? Why are you doing this? Why? Why? The match makes no sense. Both the men and the ladies. Exactly. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Now, I don't know who I'm going to predict to win this match, but based upon what I said, I'm going to give this match to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I I don't see anybody else in this program going forward in this match. This match is pre-show worthy. It's not WrestleMania worthy in my book. But anyway, I digress. They want to put it on the main show? Okay. Mitch, who do you think is winning this match?
Definitely not Ronda Rousey. I'm telling you right there.
No.
But do you see Shayna turning on Rousey at all?
Eventually, yes.
Eventually, yes, but I don't know if they'll pull the trigger in this match. I don't see them doing that. Um, it this is what you call go through the motions match. You know, just go through the because I'll tell you something. Ever since
My
the
guy
women's
Big D just said Rousey's going over. Still draws big bucks.
I don't know about Bucks. She definitely gets like outside eyes on the product.
I mean, Rousey to me, it's just.
Beyond the script, where's the NyQuil?
Yeah, it's just. It's just. I can't, Mitch. I can't.
I'm not saying it.
I'm not, I
I'm going
can't.
with Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm going. I mean, that's the only person. That's the only team that I could see go over this. I don't want to see Ronda Rousey winning this match. I really don't. It's not necessary. It really isn't. And then another thing too is, don't jump on Ronda Rousey bandwagon because this woman even bashed the WWE universe on Twitter. This woman is so ungrateful. It's just it's unreal. It's unreal how she turns around and talks about the fans and the wrestling. If you don't like the WWE, if you don't like wrestling, then why are you here? Why are you here?
Agreed.
Why are you here? You're here to take up air? Is that what you're here for?
That's what she's here for.
Oh, jeez.
That's what she's here for.
God.
No.
Ay, ay, ay. So,
Uh,
so are we all in agreement here with
well,
Raquel?
okay, so
What do you think, Cherry?
well, as far as why the match is happening, same as the men's, it's something to give these people something to do. And have
God.
they said, "Hey, you're getting a shot at Becky and Lita if you win this match at the next pay per view." What Backlash is the next pay per view? You get
Yeah,
that at the pay per view. Okay, then I could see them doing this. But I think that's a SmackDown match, not a WrestleMania match. Who I want to win is Liv and Raquel because I love Liv. I mean, I love like a lot of the women in this match, but I like Liv a lot.
right.
Unfortunately, who I think is going to win the match is Rousey and Baszler.
Oh,
Because now
Oh,
I would love to see Shayna really get pushed because she's so good, but that's another one whose mystique they've killed by really weird, stupid looking.
right.
But that's who I think is going to win. But I will go with Liv and Raquel because they definitely need it more. I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that assessment. So we're all in agreement, ladies and gentlemen. We're all in agreement. Mitch agrees, I agree, and Cherry agrees. Yes, we agree. All right, let's move on. The Intercontinental Championship is up for grabs. This is a triple threat match. It is Gunther, the Ring General, defending the WWE Championship. And he will go against Drew McIntyre, yep, and Sheamus. This match is going to now. If you all remember Clash of the Castle, how many of you can go back and remember Clash of the Castle? Gunther destroyed Sheamus. I mean, his body was so red from the chops that he had that Sheamus said that he could not put his shirt on to get out of the arena. He had to go back to the hotel bare chested and get into a tub of ice and get the healing going so that he can put on his clothes to get out of the country.
And that
To
was right
fly
before his wedding too. That was
right,
like 2 weeks before his wedding.
right. I mean, Sheamus's chest was destroyed. I mean, his chest, because he's alabaster white. Sheamus, you can see what Gunther did to him. I mean, it looked like somebody took a marker, a red marker, and just was doing this with the marker, which is like, good, 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 good. I mean, this was physical. This was the most physical thing I have ever seen. And let me ask you guys something. You don't want to get chopped by him. You do not want to get chopped by him. No, no. Um, I'm gonna save my predictions until after you guys go ahead. Cherry, what do you think? Who is winning the Intercontinental Championship?
Well, first of all, this is going to be the match of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think not putting it as the main event night one is a big mistake because it's going to overshadow everything else that happens in night two, no matter where you put it on the card. I think this match is a reward for those three guys that were the real MVPs of that Royal Rumble. Those three carried that match. That's just a fact. They worked that match. They were the MVPs of that match. I love Sheamus. I've always loved Sheamus. He's my number 2 guy in WWE behind Drew. I think Drew's going to win this fight. He's going to turn back to vicious heel Drew, and he's going to, like you want to see a backstabbing bastard? Okay, I'm going to give you a backstabbing bastard, and he's
Right.
People keep saying Drew needs to eat the pin. Jay needs to eat the pin. Why does he have to always be the one to eat the pin? No, it doesn't matter. Whatever PLE match he's in, Drew needs to eat the pin to make this one look strong. He needs to make Karrion Kross look strong. He needs to make Roman look strong. He needs to make why?
No, right.
Why is he always the one that has to take the damn pin? No, he doesn't. Let him be selfish for freaking once. Let him be rewarded for the damn hard work that he has done the last 3 years. Just, I think Drew's going to win it, and I think he's going to beat this. You know what? Out of his best friend to do it, and he's going to pin Sheamus. Now, would I love to see Sheamus as a fan of Sheamus get the ultimate thing? Yes, I would. But he can get it at SummerSlam when he beats Drew for it, because their story is really the going to be the driving force as far as storyline goes with it.
Right.
And that way, Drew can move on back to the main event scene once that is done.
Right.
But I think Drew is going to go back to being the vicious psychopath heel, and he's going to beat his best friend to do it. And you make Gunther look strong. I hate that you got to do this to make someone look strong. If Gunther is pinned by either Sheamus or Drew, to say that's going to make him look less than strong is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. It makes no sense that he and if he doesn't beat the Honky Tonk Man's record, does that make his championship reign less than? No, it doesn't, because he's been a fantastic. I think the whole you got to do this for him, you got to do it. No, you don't. You don't. People are so obsessed with these milestones and breaking records now because the Usos did it and Roman's done this. You don't have to break a record to have a killer run as a champion. You just don't. And and Drew doesn't have to eat every single pin at every single damn pay-per-view. He doesn't. But I think Drew is turning heel and he's going to pin Sheamus.
Mitch, what do you think?
I got Sheamus. Just because of what happened at Clash of the Castle. And when was the last time Sheamus actually won that?
What?
Intercontinental? He never won, right?
The Intercontinental Championship. That's the only thing he hasn't won.
No, the only thing he hasn't won.
There you go. I think he'll win that and be a Grand Slam champion. So I got Sheamus.
Cherry,
I call him Walter.
Walter. Right.
That's what I call him.
Right, Walter.
Well, we could call Sheamus Steven, but I mean.
Yeah.
But I think winning it from Drew in a singles match at SummerSlam would actually be a better story. But I mean, it could happen.
Go the other way too. Like if Sheamus wins, Drew could take it off at SummerSlam.
I mean, if Drew does happen to lose, I have an interesting theory about how the rest of the night's going to go. But
yeah,
But we'll save that for later.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say this.
Picking Walter.
Walter. Yes.
You're picking Walter?
No, I'm not. I was about to say something else. No, Sheamus is going to have his WrestleMania moment. Sheamus is going to become your new Intercontinental Champion. I don't think he's going to pin Drew in the match. And here's what I think is going to happen. In the closing moments of the match, he's going to try to give Walter the bro kick. He accidentally bro kicks the referee. The referee gets wiped out. We have no referee. At this point in the match, Sheamus and McIntyre arguing about who's going to wake the ref up. They get into a brawl. There is a brawl on the floor. Walter is left in the middle of the ring. We have no referee, but these two men are beating the stew out of each other on the floor. All of a sudden, Sheamus throws McIntyre into the ring post and knocks him clear out. The new referee runs right down to the ring. He then gets back in the ring.
He did his cardio.
Yep. He does his cardio, and he gives Walter another bro kick. And that will do it. Sheamus will pin. The new referee comes in. 1, 2, 3. We have a new Intercontinental Champion. And I think that that is the way you do it. You save Drew from the pin. You knock him out on the floor. He has no idea what is happening. He comes to and sees Sheamus holding the belt high in the air. He doesn't eat the pin. He doesn't eat anything. All he ate was the ring post. And that was it.
All right. I agree with your assessment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I saved your man, Jerry. I saved your man in the. I saved your man, Jerry. I saved your man.
Well, I mean, so does in his celebration, does Drew full on he's going to celebrate with him and then turn heel and?
No, I don't think that that's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is he's going to let him have his moment. But then he will confront him later and make a case on why he lost the match.
Okay.
And he's going to blame him for everything.
Kind of like Sheamus has been blamed kind of
right.
Because you want a title opportunity. Yeah, I got it.
Right. So, like I said before, Cherry, I'm saving your man. He's going to eat the ring post. He's going to come to, and he's going to see Sheamus holding the Intercontinental title.
Okay.
And that's how the match is going to go.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to go that way, but I have a feeling that I think it should go that way.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We up to the main event, ladies and gentlemen, of night number 2. This will close night number 2, ladies and gentlemen, for the undisputed Universal Championship. It is Roman Reigns taking on Cody Rhodes. Now, let me explain something to you all about this build. There's a lot of puzzle pieces in here that needs to be fitted correctly into this puzzle. First of all, Cody Rhodes promos have been awful.
Thank you.
They have been awful. Have been awful.
Better, but not as interesting. Thank you.
And yes, it has been awful. And it's booked incorrectly. First of all, he comes out and he talks about his fault. Now, listen, I respect Dusty Rhodes. I was a big Dusty Rhodes fan back in the days. Everybody knows that Dusty. I am so sorry that Dusty is not here with us anymore, and he passed away. I understand that. I get it. I understand it. And as a fan of Dusty, I wholehearted. But in this scenario, in this thing, you do not need to talk about your father every 25 seconds of the feud. It's not necessary. Once is enough. Once is enough. We've got it. We've got it. We've got it. We've got it. We've sunk our teeth into it. We've got it. We understand where your bread is buttered on, when where you've come from and what cloth you come from. We got it. But every week was his father, his father, his father, his father, his father, his father. You kept beating the audience over the
You forgot his father.
right. And every week you were talking about his father. So you kept beating the audience over the head with it, which, by the way, lost interest in Cody because you never sold yourself as a politician wrestler and said to the audience, this is the reason why I think I will take down Roman Reigns. You didn't do that in the feud. So that part of the puzzle was missing. That part of the puzzle was missing. The second part of the puzzle was is you were putting Roman Reigns on a pedestal. You kept saying he was a great champion. He was a great champion. I respect him. No, 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 no. You do not do that if you're a politician wrestler. If you're a politician wrestler, you're supposed to tell the audience, I don't care what Roman Reigns has done. I don't care how dominant Roman Reigns is. I'm going to go in WrestleMania and I'm going to take down this man. And this is the reason why I take down this man. And this is who you're going to want to invest in. So that is the only reason that this feud doesn't work. So there's two pieces of the puzzle that are missing here. The third piece of the puzzle that's missing here is the fact is you never sold yourself. You made yourself look like a goody two shoes, weak underling to Roman Reigns. And that is the problem that I have with it because you're supposed to sell me on why you think you can take down Roman Reigns versus the other opponents that have tried and have failed. So now you made Roman Reigns look like a dominant champion. You made him look like you are the stepchild, and this is the father that's going to take you behind the woodshed. That is not the correct way to book something in this booking realm. He won the Royal Rumble. He should have been dominant in the promos, and he should have been dominant here. And he had failed at that. The WWE failed at that. So they failed it on all of these levels that I just said. So based upon what I'm going to say right now, the only thing that was really strong in the end, yes.
I don't trust this kid because he's a Cowboys fan, he's a Phillies fan, he's a fan of all these teams, he's a bandwagon. I don't trust him.
So the only reason that I said all of this is to say that these three puzzle pieces were missing in this feud. So therefore, based upon what I'm going to say here, the only thing that was a saving grace was the Monday night, the Monday Night Raw, the go home show. He kind of turned it around a little bit, but I think the turning around was a little too late at this point because it should have been done during the feud. And another thing too is that was missing in this feud is why did we keep getting him confronting the council? We don't need to see that. We don't need to see that. What we needed to see was you going against Roman in promos. That is something that was also missing from this. So there's a lot of puzzle pieces here that are missing. So I'm going to save my prediction, but I just wanted to just get on my little soapbox and give you my little rant on this feud. Cherry, what do you think?
Well, I think I've made it clear on Twitter how I feel about Cody Rhodes. I cannot stand him. He is a phony. He was this whole goody two shoes. You were talking about the goody two shoes. I'm a man of the people. I'm shaking hands with these kids. I'm giving belts to kids. Yeah, he was rude as hell to my daughter at the house show in May. There's no coming back for me from that. I will never, ever cheer for that man in any capacity whatsoever. So what you were saying about his promos I think they're terrible. Roman has, when they have come face to face with promos, Roman has cooked his ass every single time. He has destroyed him. The mentioning, like you were talking about, the mentioning of his daddy every Monday night when he said, look, or the last time that he was he was in the ring with Roman after Roman destroyed him yet again. Stop mentioning my dad every. What have you been doing your entire career? What has he been doing? His entire career has been nothing but. By the way, did you know that Earl? Did you know that Cody Rhodes is Dusty Rhodes' kid? I had no idea. I never would have known.
Right. I wouldn't have guessed.
No. And and the fake crying and the I can't stand him anyway. But like when he was in AEW, like what happened was he had that match with Dustin, who, by the way, I think is the good Runnels kid. I think I've always had a lot of respect, and I love the work of Goldust. The match he had, that bloody match he had with Dustin, was really good. He cried in that promo, and it was like a real sincere moment between the two of them and everything, and it drew me in. But the problem is he saw that the crying makes him look like he can do promos, and he has relied on that and talking about his dad. And I don't believe in him. I was not, even before the whole thing with my daughter, I didn't like him, but I didn't dislike him. I was just kind of in the middle. And then but when he went over on Malachi Black, that's kind of and then when I saw what happened with Solo, I was having Malachi Black flashbacks. I think he's a politicker, but not a match politicker. I think he is a politicker and behind the scenes. That's my opinion. But getting back to the storyline, and we can expect, I'm pretty sure, the Usos to turn on Roman. But people are thinking that Roman is really stupid and that he's not sensing this. He is going to have a backup plan. And I have a couple of theories as to who it's going to be, and it's no one in the bloodline, no one in the NY family. But because if you watch that match or the promo where he was talking, that last promo where they're in the dressing room and they're talking to Jay, and he was like, "I love you." And then when Paul sat by him and said, "Did you get the answers you were looking for?" And all that went on. Well, someone came in the room and said something, and they looked up at him. Whoever it is that's going to help Roman and I have a couple of theories as to who it is. I think that there's going to be shenanigans. I think Roman's going to retain because he's not stupid. Someone is going to help him. But like I said, I have theories as to who it's going to be. But I swear to God, if Cody Rhodes does wind up winning, if he's got some kind of weird guarantee in his contract that he's going to win, that he must win at WrestleMania, he must be the one going over Roman. I will, every time he's on TV, I will go to the bathroom and have my husband text me when he's off because I cannot watch him. I cannot stand him. I just can't. I cannot stand him. And God, but I think there's two people that I think could be helping him. And one of them depends on what happens in that Intercontinental Championship match. Because who would be more surprising to help Roman Reigns? Now, it wouldn't be for Roman's sake. It would eventually benefit him down the road, like say around SummerSlam after Money in the Bank. He wins Money in the Bank in London. I think it could be Drew. Or it could be Randy Orton. It would be very surprising considering the fact Roman is the one who put him out to begin with. And then you have the history with Cody. But then again, Drew also has history with Cody. They were tag team champions. Drew's final match in the Indies was against Cody. But think, I mean, there's going to be no one more surprising helping him win that match than Drew McIntyre or Randy Orton. Like I said, it depends on if Drew does not win, that's going to put him over the edge. And I think he was the one that came into the room because there was a picture Monday night that was posted by Becky Lynch of the two of them together. He was at Monday Night Raw. He was not on the show, but he was there because that picture of the two of them kind of doing the model thing. I think either Drew McIntyre or Randy Orton. I'm pushing towards Drew is going to help Roman retain.
Well, if Drew wins, then that doesn't happen.
Then I think it's Orton. Because what better way to bring Orton back? Because he doesn't have to confront Cody the next night after he wins. He can help Cody get beat by Roman. And that would be another shocking swerve. Because and the reason why I really think Roman is retaining is because Paul's already said Roman's going to be at. I mean, people are saying he's taking a significant break. They say that every single time after a big pay-per-view. But Paul has already said he's going to be at Saudi Arabia. So I think and it's going to be around when he hits 1,000 days is when Saudi Arabia happens. I think Roman's retaining by either Drew or Orton, depending. That's my out there wild prediction. But
Mitch, what do you think?
Are you gonna hate my answer now because I'm going with Cody?
It's your opinion.
There we go. It's not like the IWC when they attack you everything you're wrong. Everything.
Oh, I get attacked for not liking Cody every single day. I don't give a.
Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah, believe me. Our whole network did today.
I have my reasons, and
yeah. But for me, it's just when Cody wins, right, and he's holding up the two titles. I see Randy Orton walking down, getting his cardio in. He is getting his cardio, people. Let's get that through. Everyone's getting their cardio going down that ramp. And when Randy Orton gets there, it'll be a face-to-face. And then it goes off the air, okay? And then the next night on Raw, Ted DiBiase shows up. And then they start that whole thing, I just can't wait to see Legacy back together, and just Cody and Roman, or not.
But isn't Ted DiBiase like in legal trouble though?
Is he? I don't know.
Yeah, I know that his family they got sued for like a bunch for like pilfering funds for like a
Oh.
Alabama, and I think he's got like some sort of like domestic issue going on too.
I did not know that. This is just my creative brain thinking.
Yeah, I think he's got legal issues. So
Okay.
I don't see that happening. I mean, the Orton thing could happen, but
yeah, the Orton thing, I think that's definitely going to happen at Mania. I mean, it's pretty much like 90% or 95 around there. Randy Orton's going to appear, either that or Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton's coming, no matter who wins. But I just want to see Cody and Randy go eye to eye, because when Cody appeared on Raw, you saw them hug, and then they walked separate ways. So I just really want to see that. I'm going Cody.
Well,
I'll be right back.
You're good.
Okay. Well, based upon a report that I got today, this is going to solidify my predictions. According to reports, Triple H is already approved, and the belt is ready to go. A brand new championship belt. Now,
You mean they're going to bring it back?
well, apparently Triple H has approved of the new design for this belt. So I'm going to say, based upon that report and based upon everything else, now even though the promos were horrible, even though the promos were abysmal, I'm going to say that Cody is your new undisputed champion.
Okay.
And then what's going to happen is on Raw, they are going to reveal the new belt for Cody that Triple H has already approved and designed for. Cody will get a new belt. The Universal title will be retired, and we will have one champion for both shows.
I have to put up with him on SmackDown. No.
Wait,
Yes.
I'm reprieve on Friday
Yes.
so I can watch Drew in peace. Jesus.
I'm sorry, Cherry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I think that is the road they're gonna travel. Now, I know that WWE, they said that they were struggling with the finish of this match. They did it. Vince did the finish for this match 3 different times. But this is 3 different times he changed his mind. So, but Triple H had approved of the new belt. So, based upon that, and based upon he does not like the Universal title. He does not. Triple H does not like that title. They're going to give Cody the new belt. The Universal title will be retired, and Cody will defend on both shows.
So is he going to do two different matches every single pay-per-view? Because because it sounds like they're keeping that brand split. So
I don't know how this is going to work, Cherry. I really don't know how this is going to work. All I know is there's a new championship belt coming to the WWE, and it's already been approved. Now, like I said before, and I'll say it again, there's a lot of things that need to be answered here. First of all, the finish of the match needs to be answered because, like I said before, they went back and forth. They did it 3 different times, and I'm not sure which finish they're going to go with here. All I know is if Cody wins, okay, fine. If not, if Roman retains, I'm not going to be shocked about it. I'm not going to jump up and down about it, But anything is possible in wrestling. Anything is possible.
So my thing with the belts, why don't they just split if you're going to have two rosters, split the belts and keep, you can call it Universal, you can call it something else, but keep a brand specific champion. Just give them new belt designs. Make one the big gold belt and one the winged eagle belt.
I understand what you're saying, Cherry, but according to what I was reading and according to what everyone is saying, Triple H wants to get rid of the Universal title. He does not like it, and I understand that they want Roman to take a break. He wants to take a break until SummerSlam. He wants to take a significant. The problem is though, the sticky wicket in all of this mess is the finish of the match. And as I said before, and I'll say it again, they went back and forth and they did the finish of this match 3 different times. So I'm not sure what we're gonna get here.
Hey,
I'm not sure.
I don't know either, but Cherry, I got a bet for you. So if Roman wins, you see my Twitter handle right here?
Yeah.
Cherry was right for a month. That would be, and then if Cody wins, I get a new shirt.
You get what? I'm sorry.
I get a Cody Rhodes shirt.
Well, I'm currently unemployed, so I can't buy.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry then.
But I don't normally bet on this just because. Just the unpredictable.
It's the best match I feel like it's the most unpredictable match in years.
Yeah, because there's a lot of parts, guys. There's a lot of parts.
Yes,
there's a lot of parts in this match because first of all, it's the finish. A is the finish.
Yeah.
B is are we going to get a new title design? And then it is C. Do they want Roman to take a break or do they want Roman to retain? That is something that we're going to have to watch very closely on night number 2.
And being that close to 1,000 days is
right, exactly, because we all know
supposedly,
right,
1,000 days hits around the Saudi pay-per-view.
Right.
And the
WWE is big into milestones.
Exactly.
They love milestones. They love milestones. They just love it. They thrive with it.
I'm all for Roman. I'm all for Roman taking a break if he needs to, but God, anyone but him. Literally anyone but him. I just can't. Oh God, I can't.
Like I said in the beginning, of our conversation, the promos have been whack. They've not been good at all. They're not have been stable at all.
I don't believe
they're not believable. And the thing is that again, like I said before, there are some elements into this that we need to watch on Sunday night because we don't know what's going to happen here. Are we going to get a new belt design? What's the finish of the match? Who is Roman going to retain? Is Cody going to win? What's going to happen afterwards? So all of this needs to be answered by the time WrestleMania is in the books, we are going to know exactly what direction they're going to go with this world title.
It's going to be Randy Orton, Big D. It's going to be Randy Orton.
And all I know is that Orton right now, they're saying that he's going to come back after WrestleMania, which means on Monday night, he's going to confront Cody. And that is something that's another thing, too. That's another element in here. So we need to know exactly what's going to happen. So all I know is I think Cody's going to win, but I would not be shocked. I'm not going to be shocked if Roman retains.
I definitely think the bloodline is. I definitely think the Usos and possibly Solo is turning on him. I do. I agree with. I definitely see that happening. But like I said, you've got that wild card of who could help Roman because he's not stupid. He's sensing it. You can tell he's sensing that that's going to happen.
And let me just say this. Let me just say this. Here's another element to the match that could happen. Okay, Roman has Solo Sikoa in his corner. Okay, We get a ref bump in the spot, as always. We always do in all of Roman's matches.
If
Ref
you see
gets
Charlie Robinson, it's definitely happening.
right. The referee gets wiped out. Okay, we have no referee. Roman then tells Sequoia, finish him before the referee comes down here. Before a new referee comes down here, finish him. And Sequoia waffles like Sami Zayn did. Okay. He then slaps Sequoia in the face. Sequoia then gives the Samoan spike to Roman. Heyman is screaming at Sequoia, what have you done? What have you done? What have you done? Cody Rhodes comes too. He gives the Cody cutter to Roman. A new referee comes in. 1, 2, 3. We have a brand new, undisputed champion. Now that could be one scenario.
Oh,
And that could happen. That could happen. That could happen. Because as we all know, they're also building up Sequoia to be they're really pushing for Sequoia here.
Well,
for
they
WWE.
did. So they let Cody beat him. I mean,
Yeah, that's that
if
is
that had
true.
been Drew, there would have been an absolute meltdown on Twitter. Oh, he had to go over. Why did he go over?
Right.
Wrong. I mean, you know.
So, but that could be one scenario.
Yeah.
That could be one scenario, and that could happen.
Yeah.
Because, like I said in wrestling, and I'll say it before and I'll say it again, anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are through with WrestleMania. We are through. We predicted night number 1, night number 2. We had a lot of fun with this. We did. You know something? I had a lot of fun with my guests. I want to thank Mitch Kofsky, and I want to thank Jerry for coming on my show tonight. Jerry, don't be a stranger, please. Grace the wrestling experience. This show has been transformed, Jerry. As you can see, there's new graphics in the back. I got a new song. I got things going on in this cook pot.
What did he said?
Yeah.
They were begging Drew to beat Brock. People were begging him, and then they turned on him, and they're going to do the same to Cody, and they're going to do the same to everybody. It's so many fickles out there that it's sickening. I mean,
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had a lot of fun tonight. We had a lot of heavy lifting. We had a lot of fun tonight here in the wrestling experience. Now tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, Cherry, you are welcome to watch this too. You're welcome. You're more than welcome. We are going to have the Hall of Fame induction ceremony tomorrow night, right after SmackDown. Immediately following SmackDown. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to watch SmackDown, the Go Home show, because I'm going to be watching the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. And that pay-per-view will happen at 7 Eastern on pay-per-view. So I'll be watching the Ring of Honor. But right after the Ring of Honor, I'm going to go live, ladies and gentlemen, with my friend Tyler, and we're going to go over the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Now, I believe we have 5 inductees that we're going to be watching tomorrow night. We have 5 inductees. I'm not sure who the 5th inductee is. I forgot who it is.
Tim White, the referee. Tim White.
Oh, Tim White. Oh, they apostrophized Tim White.
Yes.
As we all know, Tim White passed away, ladies and gentlemen, suddenly. And Tim is no longer with us, but he was a great referee. I think that that's a right move for the WWE to first impostorize the referees that built the WWE. I mean, the next people that should go into the Hall of Fame, the next group of referees should be the Hebner brothers. Who does not remember Dave and Earl made their debut in the Market Square Arena on Saturday night's main event when they screwed Hulk Hogan out of the
Yeah,
title.
plastic surgery. It looked like
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us here at the Wrestling Experience. I'm going to be back next Thursday with another edition of the Wrestling Experience, and my guest will be Jeffrey Turner. Jeffrey Turner and we will come together next Thursday for another edition of the Wrestling Experience.
What? Right there, you're pointing at?
what he's saying right here.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, please, Jesus.
Keep Vince away from the creative chair. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Turner is coming back on the Wrestling Experience next week, and he's going to help me rewind WrestleMania. He's going to help me rewind night number 1, night number 2, and we're going to tell you what we liked, what we didn't like, and everything else in between. So, Cherry, don't forget, you can watch that show as well. You're more than welcome to enter the chat and sound off. But again, like I said before, in the Drew match, I did save your man, Cherry. I did save him.
You did. I
did.
If he loses, I'm going to be drinking so many Drew shots, I probably will throw up when Cody wins. Well, I mean, I'm going to throw up when Cody wins anyway, but I'll have a really good excuse for the Drew shots and the Celtic Invasion. They're both really, really good, by the way.
Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. I hope everyone has a great weekend. We will be back again tomorrow night for the WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I'm Earl Cole. That is Mitch. That is Cherry. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday evening, everyone, and we will be back with you tomorrow night.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, the Wrestling Experience, with your host, Earl Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also the AEW. You are now watching The Experience, the Wrestling Experience. Now with your host, Earl Cole.